Here we are for round 2 of this 5-match league. Here we have one more land than we really want sometimes, but it's fine because Evolving Wilds can just sit here for tracker. So we're not really too buttered about that, having too many lands. Here's a likely zombie deck. And we drew a second force, so that's really what we're looking for. Yeah, black-white zombies is where we're looking here. This is a new card, kind of weird. You choose a creature from my hand, and then you, I discard it, and then they scry one. The downside about that is a lot of decks don't play that many creatures, like blue-red control. So you can't really take creatures. Here, I feel like they also took the wrong one, because this guy just outlandishes a lot of creatures. Now, if he's playing control, then that sucks. Here we have a Sylvan Advocate and a Walking Ballista. I'd much rather just play this on one. Let him dictate the roll of the dice and just keep letting him kill players. Okay, he's playing control. This is a black-white control deck. It's been interesting a lot of times. It's been always showing up here and there as being a good deck. It's okay. It has to play a lot of lands, more than any other control deck in the format. And it wins with, like, Gideon, Ob Nixilis, if an effect would create one or more tokens. Okay, this is, yeah, that's weird. You may be asking yourself why I'm not playing Sylvan Advocate. And if this is a control deck, I want to have it at a 4/5. Versus a 2/3 because of Grasp Darkness. Yeah, it gives a longer time to draw the removal spell, but I'd much rather use them a premium on this than anywhere else. Here, I'm going to play a Gearhulk. I'm only going to pump this once. Pump the Gearhulk 3 times. Reason being, if they actually try to kill this, actually I want to do it for 2 and 2. If they try to kill this, I can shoot them twice. Same thing with this. I want to keep them both as big threats for Grasp, because he can respond to this with Grasp, and then either of my creatures can die, and I can't do anything about that. That's the only thing bad about the Virtus Gearhulk, is that they have a chance to respond to your counters effect. They don't have anything. Well, then, yeah, they're up shit creek. So this is a weird deck. It's got Westfall Abbey and this weird card, the new set. It's a rare that didn't look like it would see any play. But if he can make it work with Profit Loss, I believe it is, where you make 2 tokens and then he'll actually get 4 tokens out of it, and then it only takes 5 to crew this West Lobby and swing for 9. That seems pretty good. I mean, it's definitely a test of a different card. So here's going to actually kill my Virtus Gearhulk. That's the right play. Hence the reason why I split the counters. We're going to get in for 4. Put him at 13. And that's it. We really haven't drawn much besides lands and that Gearhulk. So that's all we're going to do. Here's Liliana Mastery. This gives him 2 zombies, but because this weird card, he gives him 4 zombies. And they're 3/3s. This is one of the cards that is enchantments. Is just annoying. So here we have a Whining Constrictor and a Walking Ballista that's just going to be gassed up. And we can just gas it up anytime we want to. I don't see a reason to attack here because we need to just now hold the fort. We really don't have much of an attack against 4 3/3s. But we kind of have to mow them down slowly and then start attacking again when we get control of the board again. Sylvan Advocate will help, Fatal Push will help, because they're always bigger than these. This guy just here to make this thing bigger. Here the unfortunate part is grass can kill this in response to me pumping it. Hopefully I can at least take out one of those guys with a block. But we'll see. I mean, I'm probably going to take 9 here, and that's nothing I can do about it. He's got 4 cards in hand, so I'm a little worried. This deck is neat. This deck is neat. It's got some small removal. They already used 2 removal spells to kill my guys instead of losing a zombie. That seems kind of like you could have done that a little bit more better. Here I'm going to play Sylvan Advocate, play Tracker, Evolving Wilds, and right away just crack this off. He can't kill it. So you want to be able to make sure he can't kill it, and to get as many clues you want out of it. Also true too, it doesn't matter what you fetch too often, as far as black and green. You need double black for Grass Darkness and Never, and then you need double green for Verdus Gearhulk. And that's it. Once you have those 2 requirements established, it really doesn't matter what you have after that. So here's Sylvan Advocate. It's going to be taking down 1. Fatal Push is going to take down another, and then we're going to probably lose on this next turn. Because we have to draw something really good. This Whining Constrictor is not going to do it. Here I'm just trying to thin cards out of my deck. I'm not really trying to find anything really relevant. And then we have Walking Ballista. Well, we can block 3 creatures, and then we still lose. Okay, good. Moving on. We had to draw a Fatal Push there, because then we could play this, and then keep Fatal Push up, kill 2 creatures, but really we're just kind of losing, trying to stall a losing battle. Here, this guy's really good, because he kills them all. Slowly. This is where Root or the card that puts it on bottom, pull something, would be better than Manglehorn, but this is the case where that card would be better. Very seldom and far between. I like Transgress here because this card is really slow, so that might come into effect. There's a likely chance he has Gideon. So those are good. Here, I just think Grass Darkness is just as bad as Fatal Push. They're both going to do nothing but I want to keep one in. Boston Defense is pretty good. Good against removal. Nissa's just not good. Gonti's pretty bad. And then we'll take a Gear Hulk just to trim casting cost. So we added in 5 cards, 4 Transgress, Ronus, took out 3 Grasps, a Gear Hulk, 2 Nissas. Actually, we brought in 6 cards. Oh yeah, we've also been in the Never Returns. We also took out the Gandhi. So 7 for those 7. Probably not good enough, but it's a tough matchup. I think it's kind of an interesting deck. If they don't get the enchantment that doubles their tokens, they're probably going to be having a really bad time because their token makers don't make as many as they want to make, and they can't outrace me without having that many. If they get that token maker, then that's going to be a lot worse for them. For me, I can't probably beat it. I probably can't beat it then. I could justify this being a control deck and bring in Life Bestiary and Ob Nixilis, leave the Gear Hulk in, stuff like that. But I think this is more along the lines of being just a deck like Marvel. You want to kill it fast and hope they don't get there. So here's a case of where the hand is kind of good, kind of bad, because you really don't have a great turn 2, but that's fine. You have what you need to do anyway, so you have 3 mana, 3 ways to go. Your downside here is like if you don't play the Evolving Wilds turn 1, and then you draw a 2-drop, and then you don't draw another land, you're going to miss on the 3-drop play. So it's best just play your Evolving Wilds, go get your second forest, save yourself the trouble, because if you don't draw the way I just explained, it doesn't work out for you at all. Here, like we didn't draw it, so we're going to leave it Fatal Push. You always want to play your Booming March before you play your basics, because they're going to come to play tap later on. So your basics are your last plays normally. It almost always going to be like here, Hissing Quagmire is the 4th land. So here I want to play Ronus can't swing, Tracker can swing next turn. Tracker can die, but I really don't have much other... Actually, you know what? Cancel that. I'm going to lie. Ronus is fine. This guy can't swing, but I want to get the card off Tracker. I need more things to do with my deck. Than just the clear play of helping Tracker lives through this massive 7-card hand. And now my opponent is taking a tank and then killing my creature, which is what he's going to do regardless, and then moving on. Once again, runners cannot swing, which is the downside, but once this turns on, it's going to go to town. Now here's a situation where we can actually pump this swing for 5. This Hissing Quagmire. That's not really a big thing. We can also just swing with this Hissing Quagmire for 2. I like cluing, and then seeing if we drew a 2-drop and then playing that. We did not. We got a big boy. So our goal here is if he gives me a target Fatal Push, we'll Fatal Push it. He's stuck on 8 cards that do something. So that's where we're at. So he has to discard here. This deck could also play Approach Second Sun, which is kind of neat, because it's very slow. He's discarding Liliana Mastery. So here's a situation where I want to keep a Boston Defense. So I want to tap, leave a green source open, because I want to keep my Gearhulk alive. And I also want to... it really doesn't matter what you put the Ronus at. You want to keep this Gearhulk alive the most. So I think just putting all your counters in that is better. Here he probably has Grasp, like and we're going to get him with Blossom Defense. You could have put more counters on the Ronus and swung for more damage, but here's the thing, that's 15. You now have 13 in play. He had to have an answer to that, or else he was just dead. And now I didn't draw a creature. So what we're going to do here is we're going to pump our own Hissing Quagmire, and then bash for 5. That's a really neat trick that you can do that is just kind of weird. Here he got a Cradle, but this is a sorcery speed activation, so he can activate on our turn. Nice. We're not drawing very good. So we're going to make the same play we did last time. And he actually had an answer for it this time. Which is weird, he didn't have it. Oh, he didn't. He was tapped out last time. Now we're at the point where we cannot make that play anymore. We have to swing with Hissing Quagmire by itself. He's at 10. He's got a 5-mana spell. Mastery gives him 2 tokens. We've got a ton of removal in our hand, so we're just going to destroy these tokens. We can swing. No, we can't. And here, I would not recommend waiting till his turn. Even though this is our instance, I don't think you can wait. You just need to just kill stuff when you can. It doesn't matter. Instant is a word that I think is just so underlooked as being the way to kill creatures. So here we have that play again where we can just swing with Hissing Quagmire, pump Ronus, and then tag. I think that's just what we should be doing. And he has another fatal push. That is fine. We can't do anything about that. We have to, excuse me, kind of deal with these as we go. We really don't have any other plays because, once again, we don't have any other cards we can play. We've drawn every single piece of removal we can find in our deck that we kept in the deck. So we should hope that we can draw a threat eventually that can get Ronus online. Like I said, this card is not the greatest card in the world, but it swings very hard and it can turn any other creature on. And you play a ton of bodies, so it does what it needs to do. Oketra doesn't swing very hard. 3/6. That has double strike. Cost a lot to make one token with vigilance. I think it's the worst god, and the god that should not be playable in any format except for Commander. But and limited. Yeah, that's obvious. But she's cool. She works in this deck really well because they make a lot of tokens. So here, he has 2 tokens. He can attack for 6. I can just kill a token and move on. And now he can't attack. Here we drew Transgress. Which doesn't do much. I'm just going to start putting in some beats and get in a situation where maybe I can get a kill out of him, because now this is now 1 turn clock with this hits. If it doesn't hit and he belongs to a zombie, he's farther back from activating Oketra and also Westfield's Abbeys. So he's blocking. Once again, his other lands, now they're really interesting, are not turned on. Either it's Oketra. Yeah, he's got 4 cards in hand. Okay, now I draw the make double tokens, so now this card can come on a lot easier. As soon as I drew a threat, I would welcome it. Here I want to keep 1 count on this, and the rest counters here. Reason being, this now dies to Grasp next turn. So I want to make him have 2 activations. So what does it matter there after that? And there we go. So he's now at 2. I would have preferred to draw anything there. That was good. It wasn't the greatest. I would like to see something smaller, so I could transgress same turn, because I got to take the token making out of his hand. But Oketra can make tokens on her own. So that's a problem. However, they are not zombies. They are warriors. This is also making human clerics, also not zombies, so they don't get pumped by this thing. So they're small. So this is trampling. It's just going to probably trample over and kill him. Like, I can pump it twice with Ronus, and that's 4 more power. That should get the job done. It doesn't matter what I draw here. I'm going to go ahead and, if I draw a land, well, we go to game 3. Here on the draw, I could, now I've seen Oketra, I could see myself bringing in more different type of cards. Virtus Gearhulk actually was pretty darn good in that game. I put it a lot higher than I could imagine, and I didn't see any Gideon out of his deck. So we're gonna skim a Never, because yeah, if I don't see a Gideon, that's kind of good. I'm actually gonna skim a Never and put it in a Grasp, because this is sorcery versus instant speed. The only Gideon I can see him playing would be the new one. So if he has that one, it gets killed by Grasp. Also, like, I can just attack it. I could also, honestly, Obnix is another kill condition, so that's also something to look into. Yeah, we'll do it like this. This is a really heavy mana base now. Kind of slower, but that's fine. As you saw, we drew a ton of lands that game. We still got there. It's nice when you flood. Every spell you draw, you can just play. So, I'm assuming this guy does not have very much money invested in Magic Online, so he probably didn't have the money to actually invest into Gideon's, so we're going to assume that's where he's at. Here we drew a one-lander and a lot of trackers, so we're going to mulligan. And we drew another one-lander. We can't keep this hand either. We're going to keep a 5 that looks like garbage. Bottom. So we have a choice here of Evolving Wilds or Hissing Quagmire. They're the same card, basically. I would like to draw one more land, then not anymore. So I'm going to play Hissing Quagmire. If I get a Fatal Push, yeah, I want to keep that open. Nothing else here. I'm just going to go ahead and go say Evolving Wilds is our tracker fodder if we draw one. I'm just going to play a 1-mana Ballista and start tagging. This might scare him into thinking I have Peema in my hand or something like that. So you might go ahead and kill it. I don't see a reason to, honestly, until I actually play the Peema, unless you're planning on doing tapping out on turn 3. He doesn't have a tap out, so why you did that, I have no clue. Here we have a Gearhulk. I'm just going to once again play this for 1. Play Evolving Wilds. And pass. We have no 4-drops in our deck at all. We want to draw a land. Lost Legacy. Okay. I guess your name Gearhulk? It's fine. So, this takes out a lot of our cards out of our deck. He'll take out 4 of the same creature. Unless he names Runus, then he's going to get butthurt and only take out 1. And then if he names Gearhulk, we'll get a draw card off it. I don't like these type of cards very often, Cranial Extraction type cards, because if they don't have in their hand, they may never draw it, and then it doesn't really matter. And you're now giving them a better chance to draw their other cards and their lands that they may need or something like that. This is also one of the worst ones in the game. He's named Tireless Tracker. Okay, so he gets 4 Tireless Trackers. This is one of the worst ones. Because if say I had 2 Tireless Trackers in my hand, I just drew 2 cards. And he exiled 4 of my cards. That's not really that good. You replace 2 of my cards in my hand with 2 new cards. So I really don't like this card. I've played it last season, learned how really bad it was, and just never will play it again. Like I said here, I want to draw a land, so I'm not going to crack Evolving Wilds, and I now have less 3-drops, so it doesn't really matter. So here we drew a land. We're going to play it. Now you're saying we could have pumped the Ballista, we could have swung with the Hissing Quagmire instead. I want to get this Gearhulk in play. That is my 100% goal right here. After that, I don't care. That is my 100% goal. Yeah, he knows my hand. He knows 2 of the cards, these 2. That's fine. So if he casts Lost Legacy here again, now he's just gonna, this thing kills the creature and he gets a zombie, and it does negative counter to equal number of zombies he has to play. So what he's telling me is he has a Never in his hand to kill this. So we're double grasp, which he can't even cast. So he has a Never in his hand to kill this, and then we're just stuck. But if he's wrong, if I'm wrong and he doesn't have a Never for this, we're just going to kill him. So we had a Never, and that's it. He's going to swing for 2. We're just going to play another one. Like, here's the thing. You took out Tracker. Okay? You took out my draw engine. What you didn't take out is my threat engine. So now I just have 8/8s. You know, if you took out Vertus Gear Hulk, then I have a draw engine. That's the thing. I had 3 really good creatures in my deck. These 2... Yep, don't care. So he's going to Lost Legacy me again. He's probably going to name... I would name Winding Constrictor or Pima. Or Ronus. He knows my hand already, his Grasp. And... it's so he doesn't really care what my hand is. He already knows it. It's not a big deal. He named Sylvan Advocate because that's also now a huge threat. That's also another thing. I have 6 lands. That's now it's a 4/5. So we have to get rid of that. That's also a huge threat. That's why that card doesn't do much. Like, if you have a plan to kill them fast, then it does something. But if you don't have a plan to kill them fast, it does nothing. And you just lose. Like, you spent 3 mana, you don't have an aggression attacker on the board, so I'm just now drawing to my bigger threats. Like, you took my... Tracker was probably not the first card I would have taken. I would have taken Vertus Gear Hulk, and then Sylvan Advocate, and then Tracker, if I was going to take the numbers correctly, because 1, this is going to kill me the fastest. I wasn't done talking. This is going to kill him the fastest, and then this is going to kill him the next fastest, and this is going to kill him the third fastest. So you want to kind of slow down the game if you are mana screwed for 1, and then everything else. So we're now 2-0 in this league, and we'll see you for round 3.